The fuel efficiency, it goes
down.
down. Okay. And the performance, it goes?
Maybe this opinion is not polarizing or entertaining for you.
Let's just simplify. What is E20? What is it?
Too many opinions without proper facts, I guess. Where's the question?
Do I need to make any changes in my car for the car to be compliant with E20 petrol?
नहीं, मजा नहीं आया. This is what the government says, Supreme Court said.
Do you think E27 is not that far ahead?
10 years down the line, we'll have a combination of different powertrains. Perfect. Thank you.
Kranti, the last E20 petrol reel that we did, it kind of got a lot of traction, and there's still a lot of questions looming around the subject.
Definitely. I mean, that's why we were like chatting also. We were chatting because we thought that there's so many opinions, informations, and posts around this topic. And I thought, why not make one full video to give you a 360-degree context of this whole affair. Maybe this opinion is not polarizing or entertaining for you, but we'll try and answer all the questions which we are still getting. Some of the basic questions, some of the offbeat questions, and I don't know if Sumesh has something up his sleeves.
To start with, what's the situation right now regarding E20 petrol?
So now I guess the situation is, now the question is settled. Supreme Court has, Supreme Court dismissed that plea against E20 blending, and now we know that this is going to happen. Now you just go ahead. And even the Secretary of Petroleum Ministry, he had mentioned that all the fuel pumps in India, they are retailing E20 fuel only. So on that front, I think the question is done now.
Okay, before I get into anything further, let's just simplify. What is E20? What is it?
Yeah, it sounds very basic, but it is a question which many people ask. E20 is just a blending of ethanol in the regular fuel which we use, which we have been using. This blending has been going on from like almost 2 decades now, different levels of blending. But the government was pushing for 20% ethanol blending by 2030, but we have achieved it in 2025 only. So E20 means 20% of the fuel in maybe 1 liter of fuel which you fill in your vehicle, 200 ml would be ethanol, and that is E20. Earlier we had E10, which meant 10% ethanol and 90% gasoline, fuel, petrol, whatever you want to call it. There was some conversation around E27 as well, but I don't think it's happening right now. That was one topic which was kind of trending a couple of days back, but right now there's no concrete or authentic news about that.
Okay. 2 questions. E20's effect on performance and the vehicle, the engine.
So it's very I would say contradictory or paradoxical. I mean, in a reel also, this is the word I had used, if you remember, because one aspect of E20 is that the energy density is a bit lower. That's why you need to burn more fuel to get similar kind of energy if we compare it to gasoline or fuel or petrol or whatever. And that is why the fuel efficiency goes down, according to the report which was published by PIB, which was done by Niti Aayog, I guess. It said 1 to 6% or something. So you should expect in common standard condition, I think maybe 1 to 6% fall would be there in the fuel efficiency. The other thing, and why that's why I call it contradictory, because the other thing is that when we see that, okay, the energy density is low, then we assume that it won't be, it won't be packing any punch or energy, but it has higher octane rating. And that is why it does really well in high compression engines. And ethanol generally, whatever figures we know, it has the octane rating is around 108. But with 20% blend, we have already reached 95% octane in regular fuel, which we do. So if you have right kind of tuning, right kind of combustion, the power or the performance will get better because of higher octane rating of ethanol. And there's one more aspect. I mean, chemically, when you look at ethanol, it has one extra oxygen atom. I mean, it's molecule. I mean,
the O.
Yeah, the O, yes, that OOH. So C2H5OH. So that O is basically adding extra oxygen. So if you remember, so many cars, they have, the performance air filters and everything. Why do we do that? Just to add extra oxygen in the whole combustion cycle. This is what ethanol does. And that's why government is saying that the emission is better, cleaner, because the combustion is more complete.
Okay, so also you mentioned that we have been using ethanol blend fuel for the past 2 decades. How come suddenly there is so much pushback regarding the subject?
I think we are living in an age where we're just bombarded with information and, too many opinions without proper facts, I guess. And that's why, and we don't even get that breather to, basically go through all the information and, filter it properly so that we can spend time to comprehend it. And that is what is happening right now, I feel, because Indians are very sensitive about kitna deti hai phrase. And the moment we heard that, okay, because of ethanol, the fuel efficiency is going down, we all panicked, we all kind of reacted. So one aspect is that, which is there. So there's no, denying that is not an aspect. But at the same time, we also heard that, okay, this is also, there's a term which we all heard, hygroscopic, where it attracts moisture and water. Because of that, again, extra O. And that is why it also creates, or it can cause rusting. So we heard that, okay, it is corrosive in nature. Again, that's also a catchword or whatever phrase, trending keyword these days, corrosive nature of E20. And the moment you heard that, so we thought that, okay, the fuel efficiency is going down, and B, the longevity of our cars is in question now. So we were kind of worried, and we did not have any clarity on the insurance companies or manufacturers' side. Are they going to respect their insurance, the warranties, or not? And that is, I guess, was the root cause of all this panic and anxiety.
This is a question that everyone needs answered. Does a person need to change or alter the engine or tuning in any way for a car that is manufactured before 2023 for it to be compatible with the new
E20? So I guess that again comes back to the same corrosive element of E20 and how we can avoid it. And I guess we are hearing about some of the kits, some of the manufacturers are talking about that they might introduce some kits so that they change all those components which is in contact with the fuel. So I don't think it should be, it's not a complex operation anymore. It might cost you something, but we might get that solution very soon.
Coming back to when you mentioned about petrol, the octane value is kind of now blurred out. So the E20 petrol that we used to get, that we still get, and compare that to the premium petrol that we get, which has 95 octane value, and then there is 105. So now that entire difference of performance is blurred out, what do you think should a person go for? If I am filling extra premium petrol in my car, and if it's E20 petrol, it's normal 94 rupees per liter. What's the difference between performance now, since it's all 95 octane?
I mean, the question is longer than the answer, which I have.
So sorry.
No, it's okay. Because what is happening now, if you see the latest releases, other than the 100 octane fuels, everything else is 20% blending.
Okay.
And ethanol blending, according to the government, the octane rating has gone to 95.
Okay.
So that means everything is, R1 95 now, research octane number 95 now. And the only thing left is 100 octane. And not because of octane level, but because whatever information we have, the blending is maybe 10% or lesser.
Okay.
So for any vehicle, for example, classic and vintage cars, which, the components are really old and sensitive. For those vehicles, and in case you're really worried about, your vehicle, your components in your car, you can go for that 100 octane premium fuel. So I think that one has still some relevance left.
Okay.
The rest of them, I guess, use them anyway. But now for common practice, I think now it's irrelevant.
I saw multiple reels where customers were asking for an autonomy where they can choose between petrol E10 and E20 so that they can protect their own vehicles.
That was one issue which we faced or saw, and that is one of the reasons why we saw that plea in Supreme Court as well. Because I remember when the government was planning to bring E20, I mean, mandate the E20 rule. At that time, we were discussing with various manufacturers and industry bodies. They were worried about this exact thing. They were saying that what will the government do if we are we actually giving them an option? Are we going to fit two different kind of dispensers for E10 and E20? Are we giving the customers to go for E10 as well in case they want to? Because the cars are not illegal. Cars are still legal. You're pre-2023 cars, they are still legal cars. So that means we are denying that basic the choice to the customers. But I guess this is what in the answer, I mean the first answer which we discussed, this is what the government says, Supreme Court said, and the Secretary of Petroleum and Gas Ministry said. So we won't be having that kind of option. Maybe after 20, this is what he mentioned, that E20 would be the base. If we go to E27 or further, then we might have different kind of dispensers. But again, that's not concrete, that's not confirmed or official data.
Since you already addressed about warranty, I wanted to know your take on how the manufacturers and insurance providers, how they should, what's their take, and what
I think, this is where the government has to play a solid and more prominent role, in the sense they should do this hand-holding. I think the customers need hand-holding more than anything else, more than any statement or any release. They should tell the customers that, no matter what, your insurance won't get rejected, your warranty won't be void, or it will be in effect even if you put E20 fuel in your E10 car. So they should do some hand-holding while transitioning from E10 to E20.
Okay, this is like a one-word answer that I need from you. The fuel efficiency, it goes
down.
Okay. And the performance, it goes remain similar.
Yeah.
Okay. You have been observing this industry for a while now, and we had a couple of narratives. So we were all about electrics, and then hybrids came into the picture. We were always also talking about hydrogen as the next fuel. And some people are saying CNG is the new ethanol, or ethanol is the new CNG. What is your take? What is the narrative here, and what is the future? Where are we headed with this?
And that's why I think at the beginning when I mentioned that you might find my opinions boring, because I'm not a polarized person per se, but this is exactly what we are looking at. A couple of years back, everyone was talking about electric only. Electric is the future. Not anymore. All of us are, looking at fuel cell vehicles, CNG and ethanol. They are anywhere, present realities. But we're talking about fuel cell, electric, hybrids. Japanese manufacturers are very aggressive on hybrids. They are bringing the electric vehicles also. But again, big play on hybrids. So the future has to be a combination, because we are also looking at a future where everything will be defined by technology or evolution. What if we start getting 100% renewable energy, and we start charging electric vehicles? So that means that all the electric vehicles would be 100% clean in that sense. Right now we almost have more than 60% of electricity what we get is coal powered. We are burning hydrocarbon somewhere else to fuel our green vehicles. So that is one conundrum we are all in. So in that sense, if we improve that situation, so that will be green. What if we have better green hydrogen for our fuel cell vehicles, and they become cheaper? It can become part of your future. Electrics are already there. Most of the manufacturers are working on electrics. CNG is already there. So I guess we are looking at there won't be like either or kind of situation. There's not a black and white kind of scenario. We are living in 8K realities, and we are watching TV with 1 billion color options, I guess. So this is what the future is going to be. I feel
that all the energy, they are going to coexist together, and people will have the choice.
Because if you also see that most of the manufacturers are working on something else.
Okay, yeah.
You will be better at something if you work on something for like really long period of time. So that is why we cannot expect, just because BYD has got its blade or whatever battery technology is sorted, So Volkswagen or Tata will be doing the same thing, and we won't be expecting Mahindra or Tata to work on similar kind of expertise on the hybrid the way Japanese have, right? So every manufacturer, they have kind of chosen
Their own fortes.
their own priority areas, and they're working on it. And that is why I feel that maybe 10 years down the line, we'll have a combination of different powertrains.
Now what I'm asking is Kranti Sambhav's personal opinion on
ICE vehicles.
ICE, not EVs,
Yeah.
not hybrids,
I mean, it's okay. It's nice. But
not electric. We have some really nice electric vehicles as well, but
I'm
ICE.
I'm old school. No? I'm very old now.
How far do you reckon E27 will be? Considering that we have already reached E20 before the set timeline, do you think E27 is not that far ahead?
So kind of narratives and conversation we have right now, I think it'll take some time because E20 was a different ballgame. Most of our ethanol blending conversation is also based on or inspired by the whole success story in Brazil. And when we look at that now, we have to understand that at the end of the day, if we are producing this biofuel, we have to look at our, the resources in the sense, are we looking at just sugar canes or corn or all the parali burning, whatever molasses and everything, whatever we can use it. Can we, streamline it? Can we use it in a better manner? We have to look at those kind of resources which are not very water intensive, because if we compare India versus Brazil, Brazil has much higher rainfall. And sugarcane, this is what I've heard. I'm not an agriculture expert, but this is what I've heard, that sugarcane is a water intensive crop. So in that sense, we have to look at that figure as well. So because India, we are like we are the largest democracy with 140 crores people. So we also have to look at the food basket. So in that sense, too many variables right now. So I'm not too sure if we are going to be as aggressive for E27 the way we were for E20.
Okay. So to sum it up, the fuel efficiency goes down. The performance remains intact. The warranty and insurance, it's also intact. The companies are entertaining that. And overall, E20 is here to stay. And Supreme Court has also passed the verdict that we are going forward with this.
Perfect. Thank you. So I'm not sure if Sumesh is out of questions or he's just bored, but in case you have some questions or comments, do send your comments, and we'll try and make final part 2 of this video. And keep watching OVERDRIVE. Bye-bye. Drive safely, ride safely. See you soon.